There are two things that are going to cause injuries in Jiu Jitsu, and we're actually in control of both of those. The first one is very simple, it's falling weight. So anytime that we're falling on our partner or people are falling us, we're going to get injured. The second one is when we're in submissions, particularly when we don't treat them with respect. So, for example, let's say that I've got Harvey in an armbar here. Lay on the ground for me, Harvey. So I'm in this position here, and I've managed to get Harvey's arm straight. Okay, at this point, when Harvey's arm's straight, the only thing I can do is apply more pressure. Okay, and I don't want to do that to Harvey because that's going to hurt his arm. That is definitely something that would happen in a competition. People are just going to go here and then, they're going to apply it with full force. In the gym, we don't want to do that because that's going to injure our training partners. And I like Harvey, and I want to keep being able to train as much as possible, so I don't want to injure them. So what happens is we don't put the pressure in, and then people get this false kind of belief that they're safe in dangerous positions. Okay, so I kind of catch Harvey and then he's still squirmeling around, like doing whatever he wants, and it's like, there's nothing else I can do at this point. Okay, so for me, I need to be able to get comfortable in controlling this position without ever putting Harvey into like hyperextension. So we have extension where his arm is straight, and then hyperextension is where we start to cause the injury. But Harvey also needs to recognize when his arm's in extension, like the only way that I can get the submission is by adding more power to that. So Harvey needs to recognize if he's here, he can kind of move around, he can try and do his escapes or whatever, but if he's here for 3 seconds, he should be tapping. Okay, he shouldn't be thinking that because I didn't break his arm, like he won that round or he got out of the position. It's a really important understanding that we have. So if we apply that mentality of we can take people's joints into extension, but never hyperextension, we can train submissions very, very safely. The only danger is when we start putting in that hyperextension. So what I'll often do if I get into like an armbar or any submission position, I focus on controlling it. And then Harvey can kind of run around as much as he likes. He can do whatever he likes to try and get out of the position. If Harvey can't get out after 3 seconds, I don't need to do anything else. I know in reality, it would just be a small amount of pressure for me to finish that. And it applies to absolutely everything that we do. Footlocks, kimuras, anything. I can take them into a position where they're in extension. I never want to put them in hyperextension because the risk, the danger increases too greatly. Okay, and that's what you want to take with your training partner. And the other thing is when you're caught in those submissions, if your arm goes straight, like you got to tap. Like you're done at that point. Same if you're in a footlock, same if you're in a kimura. If it's caught, they're in control, there's nothing else they can do. They might let you escape, but you didn't really escape. Not in real life. Okay, so take that to heart, think about that, and use that principle of putting people in extension but never hyperextension to stay safe while you're training.